Hello and welcome to this video in which I'll be giving you my top 10 for Vidbir 2025.
A disclaimer. Israel shouldn't be allowed to participate at the Eurovision Song Contest 2025. The shortest and simplest reason being that I find the actions of the Israeli government to be abhorrent and their broadcaster isn't a separate entity. My reasons in their entirety, however, are numerous and too detailed for a disclaimer like this, but videos closely aligning with my point of view are listed in the description. I encourage you to watch those videos and do something. Further resources are added as and when they become relevant. I'll stop addressing this when it no longer needs to be addressed.
This is the first national final that I'm truly satisfied with, where there's a song that I really enjoy right away on first listen, where I'm not unsure because there have been songs that I have enjoyed and now, but on first listen I haven't been sure. Here, there's one that I've enjoyed on first listen. I'm satisfied with the quality overall. Thank you, Ukraine, for that. Somehow, you managing it. Thank you. Thank you to Archie Runs for commenting about the Jerry Hale ads at the start of the wildcard songs. Obviously, there's a discussion in Ukraine about where funds should be going to if Vidbir really is such a wise investment. And while I agree that it's fair to put those ads at the start of the songs to sort of calm those worries, or whether as a legitimate ways of funding it or as an excuse to point to, I don't care. But it's still strange, and I've never come across it before, and I thought it was going to be only for the wild cards, so I am surprised that it has also made its way to the actual Vidbir 2025 songs. But also, it's fair enough. It makes sense. It doesn't destroy my listening experience by any means. And I think it's fair. But I also think, at the same time, two things can be true. I think participating in Eurovision is a big win for Ukraine. It keeps people talking about Ukraine because there's so many things happening in the world that people do lose interest, unfortunately. And what Jerry Hale and Aliona were saying throughout the season, really, and now especially after the season as well, is just that they're happy that people are listening to Ukrainian music. That's a win for them. So I think participating in Eurovision is definitely something that, as far as possible, should stay a priority. Ukraine has a perfect qualification streak, so I am expecting high quality here. I know Luxembourg technically does as well, but I don't think that really counts. I'm going to count it if they have 3+, because Ukraine's is an actual achievement. Luxembourg has so far got 1. It seems like we've got a pretty good mix of languages going on at Vidbir 2025, and Ziverblatt are back, which makes me happy. Their song was my number 1 last year, and it won the jury, and it shocked me because it didn't seem like anyone else was enjoying it, but that was nice. Kultura was my favourite wildcard song, and it made it through to Vidbir, so that's also very exciting. I'm just generally excited. I have already given the songs a listen. I know where Ziverblatt have placed in my rankings. What did surprise me was a pretty poor standard of English sometimes, especially with just a few grammatical instances. Don't know what happened there. That's not something I usually associate it with Ukraine. It's also quite rocky, which isn't something I associate much with Ukraine either. It's not, hard rock, it's not metal or anything like that, but it is rocky. I have tried learning how to pronounce Ukrainian letters, so I hope it'll be okay. I apologize if it's not. I have learnt the Ukrainian letters a few times on Duolingo now, and I also refreshed it today. I'm so sorry if I pronounce something badly, but I will be giving you my top 10 now. In my 10th spot, I have Honor by, I don't even know, Kayat or maybe Knachat, depending on if it's meant to be English or Ukrainian letters. It starts off sounding like a video game villain song, and then it does move away from that a little bit, but I didn't really love it. It's unfortunately somehow boring to me, which it shouldn't be, but it does sound like there's space for dance breaks, so maybe the stage show will be really good. In my 9th spot is No Time to Cry by Masha Kondradenko. It's got a haunting start and a usually unusual, but in this national selection, the standard combination of Ukrainian chorus with English verses. I usually associate that with being the other way around for any language. And the song sounds like a mix of Aurora and Billie Eilish while being truly unique. I was pronouncing both of those names badly, I'm very sorry. It's got techno elements, but it's not quite for me. I'm very sorry to Masha, but I think it's a very interesting song anyway. In my 8th spot is Stay True by Krylata. This song felt long. It doesn't get boring. It's got a slow end, but it's got speedy parts throughout the song, and it has some elements of rap even. And somehow it still sounds like it's introspective, which was fascinating. I wrote down the word introspective a lot for these songs, to be honest, but it was a very interesting collection of sounds. In my 7th spot, I've got a song which just confuses me to no end. It is Waste My Time by Future Culture. I like the name Future Culture, and I think I like what they're singing about, and I like elements of the song, melodically, production-wise, whatever. But overall, I can't tell if I like it or not, and I have put it 7th rather than 10th, but I am really struggling with that decision. I can't quite tell if it works or if it's just plain messy, and I haven't looked at the community rankings yet, so I don't know what other people think. And I think I'm leaning towards it works, but I'm not sure by any means. It might just be messy. I have no idea. It's very interesting. Also, the start kind of sounded like Tuta Gold from Mahmoud, and it was not the vibe that I expected. Based on the song name, Waste My Time, and the band name, Future Culture, I was somehow expecting hard rock, and that was not this. It's just bizarre, and I just truly don't know whether I really like it or not. In my 6th spot is Kultura by Fijinka. I have learned that the I with 2 dots on it is in Ukrainian. I have forgotten that. I don't know if you've seen my Vidbir Wildcards video, but I said that I don't know if the I with 2 dots on it is in Ukrainian. It is, and it is pronounced more like a U from what I gather, so Fijinka. I like the song. It does get a tiny bit repetitive, but fixes that at the end. It's got a fun wind instrument start. It's really good. I'm not really sure though if the ending isn't messy, but I really like the song as a whole. In my 5th spot is Wind of Change by Vlad Sheriff. It's a nice ballad, and I'm wondering if it's not a bit too safe. It's got slightly rocky elements and some bad English grammar once again, but it's very nice. It's got good production, an appealing voice. It's just nice, but once again, I don't know if it's not just too safe. If this with no staging concept, but I don't know how Ukraine would do no staging concepts because they're great at staging. But if you'd given this to many other countries, I think they would have managed to not qualify with it. Ukraine probably would be able to because they've got great staging ideas, but this song is a little bit dangerous. I still like it because I put it 5th, but in my 4th spot is Dim by Abia, I don't know, but it was very nice. It's got this sort of banjo-y, bouncy start, and it goes through different stages of the song completely. It's funky, it's rappy, it's just a very interesting combination of sounds overall, and it's a confident song as well. I like it. In my 3rd spot is Zifferblad, Birds of Prey. They've made it pretty far up, but they're not my number 1 again this year. I don't love the lyrics, I don't think, but everything else I really do enjoy. Instrumentally, it's brilliant. It's got epic guitars in it. It's got a pretty opening. I love their styling as well in the photo. All different, but somehow cohesive. Maybe the Ukrainian lyrics are better, but the English ones I don't really love. But it has got a really high quality. The way it sounds, it's definitely of high quality enough to be the main song in a movie soundtrack, which I don't think is always a bad thing, or almost ever really, but I really enjoyed Bird of Prey. In my 2nd spot is Sil from Deka Energetic, maybe that's how you pronounce that. It's got a slightly nostalgic sound to me. It's a familiar sound, definitely. I don't know if it's 80s or 90s or maybe even 70s Polish rock sound. I wrote down while I was listening to it for the first time that it's got a promising but long opening. It delivered, but it is pretty long. I'm worried about losing people's attention. You've got like 10-20 seconds to grab people's attention, then they decide whether they're going for a toilet break during your song or not. So it'd be a good idea to have a really good staging concept if this opening's going to stay as it is. My camera's about to die. Yeah, it's chill but epic somehow. And maybe it's not just a Polish rock sound, maybe it was a rock sound in Ukraine at the time as well. I'm gonna change the camera battery because it is about to die. I hope the framing isn't too different. As I say, I have changed the camera battery now, and I'm about to tell you my number 1. If you've been keeping track, you'll know that it is My Sea by Molody. I just really loved this on my first listen, and I have no idea where it's going to be in the community ranking. I'm a little bit scared, to be honest, but this feels more like a spiritual successor to Zifferblad's last song. than their own song is, to my ears anyway. The voice is perfect for my taste. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if it's the timbre or what, but something about the voice I just really love. It has a very intriguing start, and then the unusual way round for me again of Ukrainian chorus with English verses, but when I'm used to it being the other way around, it sounds really gut-wrenching and somehow depressed, but also hopeful. I don't know how that's possible. There's some not quite correct English once again, unfortunately, which is so sad, but the bridge is truly incredible. Love the bridge. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, that is the first song of any of the songs of all of the national finals so far where I have been like, yes, this is a song I love upon the first listen. That is the first time that has happened this season, and I'm full of hope once again because I was starting to get worried. Let's have a look at the community ranking now though. I am very scared. Have so few people voted yet, or is the app broken? There's no way that that's the case. Right now, what I'm looking at is the wildcard songs having like 4,000 to 1,000 points, and the actual Vidbir songs having 71 to 8 points, which I think is impossible. Let me open the app again. I'm looking at that again. I don't believe it. It is saying can't refresh dates, but come on. That's much better. Oh no! Okay, because we've still got the wildcard songs in here, it's not quite a simple top 10. So, Future Culture, who are actually in the Vidbir final, are placed 13th with 3,700 points. In 12th and 11th, we've got Monfia and Jagory with 4,000 something points each. 10th place is Vlad Sheriff with 4,600. 9th place is Deka Energetic with 4,900. I am not surprised by Future Culture being below some of the wildcards, to be honest, because I can't tell if I like it or not, if it's messy or if it works. I genuinely don't know. And I'm really curious about the staging concept, or if is it just going to be the band standing there, in which case I don't think it will be working. So there must be some ideas, or it will probably kind of flop. The 8th spot is Grisana with 6,000 points, who is also not in the Vidbir final. She has apparently applied to San Marino though. 7th spot is Zifferblatt. Okay. 6th spot is Molody, which is my absolute favourite by a mile. That's okay. Could be worse. Has been worse. But I'm still very much looking forward to their show, and I would love it if that's what Ukraine sent to Eurovision. This is the first song that I'm also actually passionate about, it being this one that gets sent to Eurovision, but I'm not going to be holding my breath, because it's not always good to get your hopes up. Kayat, which was Honor and my least favourite, is 5th. Krylata, Stay True, is 4th. Abie, which was Dim, is 3rd. Masha Kodrantenko, No Time to Cry, is 2nd. Which leaves Finka, the wildcard song with Kultura, as number 1 amongst Eurovision fans about 7 hours after the songs were released. That is fascinating. If it wins Vidbir, that would be really surprising. It wouldn't be quite to the level of Baby Lasagna because it was still selected for the wildcards. It wasn't necessarily a reserve, but that would be crazy if the wildcard won over the songs that the judges did choose. But I guess that's kind of the point of the wildcard system. Maybe the public knows better. I would so love Molody and My C to go to Eurovision, but I am not going to be holding my breath. But I'm going to enjoy the song on my own time for sure. That's all that I've got to say about the songs for Vidbir 2025, but please do leave your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think about Kultura by Finka? Do you have a different favourite? Who do you think Ukraine should be sending to Eurovision 2025? Please do actually leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and also remember to literally like the video if you liked watching it, and share it with someone else who think might enjoy watching the video as well. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel for more Eurovision 2025 and beyond content, and thank you so much just for watching the video itself. Like, that's a great help as it is. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, that got something out of it. I'll see you next one if that shows up on your feed. Bye! put this at the start of the video, please. Put this at the start as well.